Hello guys, welcome back to the channel once again. This is Brand Reaction. So in today's video guys, over 5,000 Jamaicans have been issued with a removal order. So that means over 5,000 Jamaicans will be deported back to Jamaica. So this order was given by the ICE agents. We all know ICE agents have been moving around making sure that all people who are staying in the USA, all the undocumented people staying in the USA are going back home. So if you are undocumented, there's nothing to say you are going back home. If the ICE agents come across you, then you will be deported. So let's dive into this video first and I'll be back with a few comments.
News. ICE, for all of my Jamaican people, they sent out the letter to 5,000 people that is going to be deported. Actually, they supposed to receive their warrant for to be deported back to Jamaica. I guess some people are staying in their house and running around and trying to move from state to state. But the breaking news is that 5,000 people is on the list to be deported to Jamaica. Right now, I would say that as a man of God, what word would I give my Jamaican? Well, if you've been in America for a very long time, I would say if you got to go back or you end up going back, you will have to equip yourself to survive. I think you've been in America long enough. You're supposed to learn enough to survive in your country. Also, you can trust God. God can able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we can think or act. So, but I'm saying, man, it's a lot of things going on. Just be encouraged. Hold the faith and know that all things work together for good. You may not see the good.
Alright, so I have some quick information right here, so pertaining to how many Jamaicans are currently in America and their final removal order from the US. So currently, and this is not an updated list. This list was from last year. So there are currently over 5,000 Jamaicans. This is courtesy of ICE. 5,120 to be exact. Jamaicans who have given the final removal order from the US but hasn't leave. So they exhausted all their options, all the avenues to remain in the US, and the judge fined all 5,120 people to be in removal proceedings. Them say, oh, time for your leave because you don't have no rights to be here. 5,120, that's a lot. And 11 countries are in non-compliance, and it seems like Jamaica is one of those places where the government has said, oh, them not, but no, deportees, basically, what they're saying are in non-compliance. So it says ICE has listed several other Caribbean countries who are facing deportation. So these are the people who already exhausted their avenues to stay in the US. So 80, I'm talking about like the Caribbean region. So 80 have 32,363 people who have gotten their final removal orders from the US. Dominican Republic, they have 12,699 people who have received their final removal order from the US. Third, you have Jamaica. Jamaica have 5,120 persons who has gotten their final removal order from the US. You have St. Lucia with 202, Barbados 151, Grenada 149. But listen this, Mexico have a staggering 252,044 people who have been ordered to leave. Them get ordered for leave willingly, you know. So if them don't want to leave willingly, they might go leave forcefully. So as I said again, Jamaica has 5,120 was exhausted. All avenues, lawyers, all type of avenue, waivers, and the judge said no, you got to go. But they're still in the US. So those are people who ICE are currently looking for as well to just put them out because they already receive the removal orders. So that was a quick update, guys.
I want to thank the Prime Minister for receiving and welcoming home the Jamaicans who have been deported from the United States of America. This is your right to land, and it is with great pleasure that we welcome you back home, right? But can we build on the Prime Minister's speech though, and can we open the discussion as to why these persons had left Jamaica in the first place? I imagine it must have been a difficult decision to get up and to leave your children, your partners, your families. Some of you leave ill parents behind in search of better opportunities that are not existing in today's society and not existing in Jamaica. And so you had to go all over the globe in search of making these dreams that you have become reality. And that opens the discussion as to the gaps that exist in Jamaica that we need to bridge as a people to make Jamaica the place that our Jamaicans can live, raise their families, do business, and enjoy. Amongst many of these persons are lawyers, doctors, teachers, laborers, regular Jamaican brothers and sisters who are out there trying to find a better life. And so it's important for us, and for us to challenge our government, because we're paying a very hefty price for governance. So we have to challenge our government to see all the things that they need to do to ensure that we, the regular Jamaicans, get to enjoy and to live in Jamaica, right? Also, another thing that we need to table, and is a challenge to the Prime Minister and to our government. How are we going to welcome these persons home? And what measures are we going to put in place to ensure that these persons are reintegrated into society? I mean, some of them are coming out with little to nothing, and they need the support of their government and their people in order to reintegrate into this society. So I think what we need to do is to build a little committee around this and to plan for the systems and the measures and the assistance that can be given to these individuals to ensure that they become, productive members of society. Because don't get me wrong, these people, a lot of them are very hardworking, ambitious people, and so it's important for us to ensure that we have the plans and the measures in place to reintegrate them into society and to ensure that, they can become productive members of the Jamaican society. Welcome home, and we challenge you, our government.
Yo, Jamaica have the most crab in a barrel mentality. Me see a man post a video, with him voice behind it. And man say, yo, 2,000 Jamaicans, undocumented Jamaicans, are calling the Jamaican embassy, begging help to return home because Donald Trump have them in cages, not giving them any water, and not feeding them and returning them back to the country. And this man is celebrating, he's rejoicing, he's happy. And most of the time these people say I celebrate them thing, are the one them will never travel. How are you happy and celebrating a man's downfall? Better yet, your country brother. I tried and go try the waters and no work out in a farm. I'm more than sure if you had gotten the chance, you would have taken it. Because who no want make more money, who no want better for themselves and them family. And we know in a Jamaica it's very hard. If you make it in Jamaica, thumbs up to you. And most of the time for you to make it, you have to rob somebody, whether white collar or you hold them up and take it. But at the celebration, bro, like, you're glad, you're happy. So this I read some people. Like, oh, is that happy for you? Oh, is that nice for you? Yeah, God no. But me I gotta say this, brother. Be careful where you laugh at. Because I've seen people turn into the exact same thing that they laughed at. Hear that? Big up, though.
ICE continues its crackdown on illegal migrants, the impact has already begun hurting some businesses. Some persons have not been showing up for work and have been keeping their children from attending school in fear of deportation. But we met one Jamaican who says he remains unfazed. Romarda Lyons has his story.
Dreams continue to melt away for many undocumented persons living in the United States. This, as the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement, ICE, continues to crack down on illegal immigration in the U.S., with over 969 single-day arrests on Tuesday. Many Jamaicans who travel to the country illegally in search of better are now in a cloud of uncertainty. But this man is putting on a brave face, hoping for the best. In October 2024, he shared his journey crossing the border. Today, the lingering question is, will he be among those sent back to their homeland in chains of embarrassment?
You know, it's a good while now. I pack up and left Jamaica. I left everything behind. I come a foreign to get a better life, a better myself. So I can't get deported and go back to Jamaica now. I just start out in a foreign and I try to get myself situated and sorted out. I know me, I say potentially I have to go back. I can't go back. That not gonna work for me.
When asked if he's worried or anxious, he shut it down immediately.
I tell myself, say, yo, I have a dream, I have a plan. Say, I'm gonna make a better life for myself and my family.
On January 24, I said targets included illegal immigrants with arrests or convictions for assault, domestic violence, or other crimes including victims. The man who says he isn't involved in any wrongdoing is hoping that that will keep him safe in the land of the free.
And ever since I come here, I'm not involved in no drugs or no gang or even a bad activity like that.
Now, many are keeping a low profile, with reports of people fearful to even show up to work. For this man, it's the opposite. In fact, he spoke with TVJ News after leaving work today.
But you know, I just still have to be vigilant. I have to go to work still, because I have bills to pay and things to do, things to take care of. So I have to just go to work still and just watch out, watch my back, make sure everything around me good. I just have to hope for the best, really. You know, I just have to hope for the best, because I can't sit down a yard and not do nothing and not work for how long this thing I got take.
So welcome back, guys. I hope you have watched the full clip. So over 5,000 Jamaicans to be deported back. Obviously, they were undocumented. So we all know, due to the conditions of our countries, some people are forced to go and try find green pastures elsewhere. And you know, most people still believe in American dream. That's why everyone just want to head to America to at least earn a better living. So many people are going to the US because they know in the US the opportunities are so many, the jobs are good paying, the jobs are so many in the US. So that's why many people from Jamaica, across Africa, black people have been moving. People have been selling their land, selling their vehicles, selling their houses, you know, just to get an opportunity to go to US. And in this case, some people went to US without documents. So I can say they just found ways to get to US to enter, but they did not have documents. So since Trump joined office, Trump promised his people that he will make sure that every undocumented person goes back home. He promised his people that, because his people were complaining that, you know, the black people are so many to an extent that they are taking all of their jobs. They have nowhere to work. So their president listened and he decided to act. So all the undocumented person in the USA are going back home, whether you like it or not. You are undocumented, you are going back home. So those people went to the US without relevant documents, those who decided just to, you know, to find connection and enter that country without authorization, without being known, or without any documents. Trump promised deportation and it is happening. So in this case, over 5,000 Jamaicans were found without documents. So they are being deported back home. This is very, very sad. I would wish at some point maybe Trump would use, other mechanism to at least do this thing, because deporting over 5,000 people, those people are so many. And one thing that I did not like about him is that he said that these people are thieves, they're coming to disturb his people. But we all know, I don't believe anyone can leave his country just to risk and go to the US to go and become a thief or start robbing people. I don't think that doesn't make sense. It doesn't even make sense, because most of these people have just found better jobs in the USA, are just working and working. Like the video I did about that Jamaican woman, she was obviously undocumented, so she went to the US. She managed to open a hotel, so she was operating a hotel. So she decided to become a businesswoman. So she was operating a hotel, but sadly, whatever happened. The ICE agents were told, and they came in and they found her without documents. And yes, she was arrested and to be deported. So when you don't have documents, you are being deported, whether you like it or not. Now, talking of this, there's a video I saw about, some of the Jamaicans who are living abroad. They were complaining that their fellow Jamaicans at home, are really enjoying this deportation stuff. So the Jamaicans back at home are enjoying that their brothers and sisters are being deported because they were found without documents. If only they knew what these people are going through. If only they knew how the life of these people will change. Because, going to the USA is one thing, but managing to cope up with everything in the US is the hardest part. Because yes, there are jobs there. There are many jobs there. But finding a better job, there's a difference between a job and a better job, because there are many jobs there. The house helps, the cowboys, cleaning. We have all that in the US. But now managing, for instance, for the case of this woman, managing to, to own a hotel in such a place, trust me, it's not an easy thing. So these people are going through a very hard time, of which you guys at home should at least, welcome them, make sure that when they come back, at least they have something to do. But the PM, on the other hand, he said he has good plans for them. So if they come home, he will utilize all the skills that they have and make sure that Jamaica is great. So your PM has an idea, your PM has a way forward. So you guys should not be afraid coming back home. But clearly, it is very sad leaving that country and coming back home, because we all know in our countries we don't have enough jobs. There are no enough jobs for us. That's why many people are just forced to leave and go, at least to find something better in a foreign land. And it is not easy to survive in a foreign land. It is not easy. So if these people managed, then they are very smart. So the ICE agents have been moving around, moving across US, moving and making sure that every undocumented person is going back home. There's nothing to talk about. They just find you without documents, then you're going back home. I remember I saw a video whereby people are very afraid of even going to work, sending their children to school, because the ICE agents are using all the measures. They will even go to school, make sure that they know your parent, what he or she does, where she stays, and they will make sure they find all the information to make sure that you are documented. So it has been happening, and it is very sad, but we have to accept. We all know in the US, black people always have that hard time surviving. And that's why deportation is happening, and there's nothing we can do about it. So once again, to my Jamaicans at home, welcome your brothers and sisters. Make sure that at least, they are welcome. At least they feel safe back at home. So big up, and thank you for watching that video. Until my next video, one love.